So this is a case where when your knee, just to make sure we have the correct history, so when your knee is straight, it feels unstable.
Correct.
Correct. And there was no trauma.
Nope.
No trauma at all. And there's a little bit of swelling on the inside.
Correct.
Okay, so we have everything. So what I noticed when I did this is I put my finger right on the joint line. So right here is the tibia, and I went along the tibia where typically a person would tear a meniscus, which is unlikely with him. And wasn't really that bad, but then it's like puffy right there on the inside. And what I do is I just push the fluid this way, and you could feel how much fluid there is on that inside. So something was deranged there. And then I just double checked the outside joint line. Then what I did is motion palpation, where you can actually see how the joint moves itself. So I could take my fingers and place them right there, and then you fully bend the knee, and then extend it like that. And what should occur, and it occurs in him, is most people think the knee is an actual hinge joint, but it's actually not. It's a hinge joint, but then it rotates like this. Did you know that? Learn something new. Learn something new every day.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, so what happens is when you fully extend the knee, this part should go up higher than this part. So what I'm doing is when I take my fingers and I place them there, you want to feel that joint motion occur, and yours does do it. So that's actually normal. Then what I do is I take the tibia and I rotate it this way and I rotate it this way. And you can actually visually see if you put a little mark. I'll make a little mark right there. Just so you know, that's not blood. when you look later, what did he do to me? So when I rotate this way and I rotate this way, you can see the tibia underneath the skin. I don't know if the shadow will show it. It kind of rotates. And what's interesting is, like, if you look at here, this little bump right here, that's normal. It goes down and it goes forward. And in his case, the tibia, this bone here, does not want to rotate real well that way. So when I go this way, it should have a lot more rotation. So he's done something to the joint. Now, there's a muscle in the back called the Popliteus, and when I go to the inside part here and I go behind it and I push the calf out of the way and I go right under there just to see if it's tender, and it was a little tender in him. And then I go to the lateral joint line, and right there is the fibula head, and I go right there, right deep in there is the insertion of the Popliteus. And there's a muscle test that you can do, and what's interesting in him is if you put your heel right on the table, and you bring the toes up, and you rotate the toes in that way. I'm going to try to pull it this way and see how strong that Popliteus is. So when I do it, go ahead and push, Jason.
Okay.
Ready? It kind of gives a little. It doesn't want to lock the joint, which is, if it's not able to lock the joint, it's going to be unstable. So like comparison, when I do this leg and we rotate the tibia here, bring it in, and I pull it, it's solid as a rock. So now I'm going to show the treatment of how I treat the Popliteus. All right, so lie down on your stomach. And this is the part where the patient does not smile, but the doctor does. So I'm going to go along the tendons of the hamstring. It's called the semimembranosus and semitendinosus. I'm going to push those out of the way, that way, and I push the calf muscle out of the way there, and I get right in there on the Popliteus. And it hurts, huh? Okay, so it is sensitive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with your foot rotated in, and what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the foot out, and I've got pressure there, and I'm right on the insertion point of the Popliteus, right where it inserts to the bone. Just breathe normal. Try not to hold your breath. There you go. And so I'm on the insertion point of the Popliteus, and what we're doing is we're going to stimulate the nerves that sense when that muscle is supposed to work. And now I'm going to go to the origin point. There's the fibula, there's the bicep femoris, and we got to stay off the peroneal nerve. So I've got it right there. Got my finger right there. Just keep blowing the air out. There you go. 2 more. One more. Good. All right, so now stay right there. So now I'm going to use the arthrostim. So now what you want to do, Jason, is you're going to start here, and I'm going to put my hand on your foot, and you want to push your leg down with your quadricep and try to get your foot down over here so the knee fully extends. Okay, so let's do a practice run. So go ahead and try to push it and twist your foot out.
Twist my foot.
There you go. That's it. So you want to twist it this way.
Yep.
Yeah, like you're kicking a hacky sack on the outside. There you go. That was perfect. That was perfect. Now it's going to be a little funny because you're going to feel this as I'm doing it, but try not to focus on this.
Okay.
Try to focus on your foot.
Yeah, just my extension.
Exactly, and twisting the toe to the outside, the little toe to the outside.
Okay.
So take a deep breath in and blow the air out and push. Good. And then do it again, push. Good. So now we're going to get a little more pushing the toe out, so you're going to feel me against my body.
Okay.
And this just gives the person a little more kinesthetic awareness, for lack of a better explanation. So you have something to push against. So push against my body with the outside. That's it. That's what you want. Okay, so as you're doing that, push down with your knee. So take a deep breath in and start pushing. There you go. Good. 2 more times. Push. Push down. Good. Last time. Go ahead and push. There you go. Push down. Push against me. Okay, good, good. All right. Now lie down on your back again. So the whole point of that is to try to get that muscle to hold your knee nice and tight, so that it doesn't feel like it's unstable. Okay, are you going to ride this weekend? Are you going to do anything? Okay, so you can ride after doing all this and test it out. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is let's check the motion now. So I'm going to place my fingers right here, and let's see how much rotation you have. Okay, that feels better to me. So let's check the muscle now. So bring your foot up, turn it in, and I'm going to push really hard.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, hold. Okay. That feel different to you?
Yeah, fired a lot more.
Fired up. You felt it like stronger in the knee?
I can feel the contraction, yeah.
Okay. You know what? Just for kicks, and you're allowed to say no, all right? But just stand up and see if it feels any better.
Okay.
I mean, it may not right away. It may take a little while to kind of walk around.
No, it definitely feels more solid on the extension. It doesn't feel
More solid on the extension.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
So here's what I want you to do.
It feels more balanced, as well as it doesn't feel like it's wobbling before it's able to lock.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to fully, this is a little exercise you can do, you fully extend your knee so your quads are locked. And what I want you to do is point your toe up, okay, and out that way. And I want you to push against something. So you could push against a wall or something. So you're doing an isometric contraction. Isometric meaning the muscle's not moving itself. But like, so what's going to happen is you bring your foot up and you try to turn it out like that, and then lock your knee. Don't keep it bent, because then you're not really getting that muscle. So you're going to push out like that, and that's going to help that muscle kind of relax a little bit.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do, if you can remember all this, is let me have a chair. Let me borrow that chair. Then what you'll do is you'll take your foot, keep it 90 degrees, point it up, turn it in, and push that way. So it's both ways,
Okay.
okay? So try that. So you gotta get close to the wall or something like that. So first thing, cock your foot. Try to keep it 90 degrees as best you can. Cock it up, turn it in, and then push that way. And you'll feel you're using knee rotational muscles.
Yes, yeah, I can.
Yeah, but this one you're gonna do at 90 degrees,
And the other one locked.
and the other one locked, pushing out.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's.
And what that does is, remember when I was saying it, how your knee joint kind of moves like this? That's
Yes.
what you're doing.
Okay.
All right.